KFAN.
The head cheese. And he's the head cheese.
So as you walked into the studio, David Sinykin said to Nordo and yours truly, he's the Sultan of Smug, but his face, his countenance was not that of chagrin. It was that of like a mystifying confusion. Simply because his favorite team's playing this weekend and his other favorite team's playing into the weekend. And, you know, he said, from a sports standpoint, this is one of the more significant weekends of my life. David and I just turned 60 yesterday.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. Love you. David and I are about the same
Welcome
age.
to the club, yep.
I was thinking, are you really that much into the Wolves game at the Cavaliers?
I always love that.
Are you going to be looking to see what happens tomorrow night to see how Finchie's group responds against Evan Mobley?
Darius Garland, though.
What goes into this? Max Strus isn't playing?
I always love that.
All right,
one.
let's begin here with at TC Head Cheese. This is the border battle provided by 952-417-3000. 952-417-3000. If you want some of that Thousand Hills love, want some of that Steve's Appliances love, some of that Hoffman Cooling and Heating love, Metropolitan Ford, so on and so on and so on.
Continental Diamond, though.
Continental Diamond for the longest running advertiser on FM 100.3 KFAN. Jimmy, Helene, Andy, and Revital. Thank you. 952-417-3000, I believe, is the number. Ask for Lonnie. Let's start there. Ask for Lonnie and say, I want to sponsor the border battle.
Never too late.
And what goes with that? So that Paul and/or Mad Producer can push the so that Paul and/or Mad Producer can talk about our company. At TC Head Cheese via Twitter, via X, at TC Head Cheese, border battle, here we are. Now, apologies, this would be FIVA, Fairness and Box Act. I apologize for being dumb on this. I know your son Jackson attends or attended IU, but are you an IU alum?
I am an IU alum.
Okay, you're an IU alum from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That is correct.
So why didn't you go to Marquette when Al McGuire was coaching there?
Fair question. Wanted to get out of Dodge.
You remember when Al McGuire coached there?
Dude, that was my the 1977 championship. My mom in the basement because she couldn't watch.
Wow. Remember their jerseys? They were like the first that wore the jerseys that you didn't tuck in, but they look stylish. Al McGuire was the bomb.
He let his players design the jerseys. Remember Bo Ellis from back in the day? Bo Ellis designed those 77 championship uniforms.
Bo Ellis.
Powder blue and the gold.
Yeah, then Dwayne Wade hated them and they changed.
They always change as the years go by.
Okay, so you being you're an IU alum. Yeah. Is Jackson still at IU?
So Jackson just graduated a few weeks ago, but younger sister Allie is a junior. Just took her to the airport yesterday for a semester in Barcelona, but she's got one more year at IU. So I put two of them through the Hoosier school.
Okay, so Allie is abroad.
Correct.
Okay, 3-2. She's a woman.
Yes,
but she's studying
she's
abroad.
Overseas, yes.
Okay, 3-2. Just want Archie Bunker on the bit. Is young Jackson heading to Atlanta for the Peach Bowl Final Four against Oregon?
Young Jackson's looking for a job right now. That's priority number one. So he'll be watching the game with me Friday night.
That's exciting.
He'd love to find something in Chicago, so he's on the hunt for something in the business world in the Windy City right now.
Okay, so discretion's the better part of valor here.
That is correct.
All right.
Saving money.
IU favored by 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
That's what it is. Does it make sense?
It makes sense. I think Indiana will cover that spread. They cover basically every time they step on the field.
You and Courtney Cronin, the two, and Zach Royce, but I haven't talked to Zach about it. He is with the social media team with the Vikings. He's an IU grad. He's from Indiana. I mean, it's like all season and last season, man. It's like we were waiting on buses and tarmacs and all that kind of stuff. And my man's got every IU game on his phone all the time. That's how much into it he is.
First time in his life, because they've never been good.
Same with Courtney.
Yep.
Same with you.
Yep.
And Courtney yesterday, 9 to noon, was like, I'm not being a homer here. You've known me a long time, PA. I don't homerific this stuff. Yeah, I think they're going to handle Oregon. I'm like, damn, handle?
Yeah, no, I think so too. I mean, it's so surreal to hear all the talking heads say Indiana's clearly the best team in college football. I mean, what? It's just such a weird thing to put that sentence together. But I mean, they don't have a weakness, and they have a coach that knows how to get his team ready for the big moment, and they beat this team in their place. Obviously, that was the coming out party. It is tough to beat a team a second time. I get all that
crap.
But no, there's not really a weakness on this team.
Finchie just beat Spoelstra twice in 72 hours, and Spo's one of the greats in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, football, basketball, maybe a little different. I think that that stadium is going to be 90% Indiana fans. It's going to be a hometown. It's a 7-hour drive from Bloomington.
Wow.
I know a lot of people.
To Atlanta?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Damn.
I got buddies in Indianapolis that they're making the motorcade down. They're just driving. They're not even worried about a flight. Just get down there.
Yeah.
Just like the Rose Bowl was about 70%. Because Bama fans have been there, done that. Like, all right, we'll win. We'll go to the Peach Bowl. We'll meet you there.
Yep.
Indiana fans, this is uncharted territory. Still have that. But it's...
And a lot of these fans from Eugene / the state of Oregon, they're going to be so freaking paranoid they can't smuggle their heroin through TSA.
I always love that.
They're not even going to make the trip.
You're right about that.
I ain't lying about that either. Holy cow. All right, next question. Any idea who wins the other one, Ole Miss or Miami? I mean, we're not elite college football minds here. Maybe you are. Nordo and I, we do the best we can.
Yeah.
But like that Ole Miss game, who'd they beat? Georgia?
Yeah,
Georgia. Oh, woo, that was nice.
Yeah, that quarterback's fun. That Chambliss kid, he is fun.
And I still can't figure out Miami. I mean, how they win, and they're tough. They're really, really tough. I'm bored with Michael Irvin pulling the belt off and like whooping butts. But Ole Miss and Miami. Like, or are you just one game at a time?
No,
I'll worry about that Thursday. Bob.
No, I think Miami. I foresee Indiana, Miami in Miami. Fernando Mendoza's from Miami. I just see all the storylines in Miami where the
National
Hurricanes.
Championship's the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, it's in Miami, so it's kind of a home game for the Hurricanes. Fernando coming home. I just sort of see that coming about.
This is so good.
You'd have to go to that.
That's in play. I've got a good friend she's a Miami Hurricane grad. She lives in Plantation near Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
She plans on going. She said, Cindy, we're going. So,
bro, you're acting like LaBelle and Barron pays minimum wage. I mean, holy cow, you got money pushed off to the side for moments like this.
There's no question, but I'm putting 3 kids through college, so I'm being very careful about the sporting events I want to attend. But that one,
I understand.
There's a good chance I'll make my way down.
When do you ask Abbott for the press pass?
What day is today?
I think it took him 3.5 years to get a card key to the building. How's he going to get a media credential?
Threw out the hypothetical on Monday with Abbott. Just what would that be like? Well, you probably wouldn't be in front of the stage. You'd probably be watching it in an adjacent room on a screen.
There'd be an auxiliary press box.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
No. I'm going down there. I'm cheering in a seat. That's for sure.
As an Indiana University grad, is winning the FBS national title significant to you?
It's as big as it gets. Okay. Are you kidding?
Bigger than the Packers winning a Super Bowl.
Well, it's funny you ask me that because as odd as it is, Monday night or Sunday or Monday, I went to bed thinking, if somebody put a gun to your head and said, only one of your teams can win this weekend, Hoosiers or Packers, who you got?
Well, you got to take the Hoosiers.
Yeah. I got to take the Hoosiers.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, Green Bay has the audacity of winning one every 28 years. So, I mean, at least you have the one. I'm sorry.
Got a couple.
You got a couple. I
97, 2011.
That's
an odd scenario where someone would put a gun to your head asking which team you liked more.
It seems like they're going a bit far with that, but it's odd for me to think.
It'd be the Hoosiers, right?
It would be the Hoosiers just because, Green Bay's expectations right now are not Super Bowl. They're like, yeah, maybe you have some fun, win a game, maybe you scare into second game, but...
Who? Green Bay?
Yeah, to win 4 seems
You're saying their aspirations are not to win a Super Bowl?
Of course they are.
You're out of your mind.
No, of course they are. But as a fan, my expectations are muted because with Indiana, a game away from them playing in the national championship. Yeah. I've been waiting 25 years for the basketball team to get to the Final Four. That still seems light years away.
So
and here's the football team.
So the last time they won it was like Keith Smart fadeaway baseline over Derek Coleman.
87.
Remember that?
Of course I do.
That was such a wonderful game.
Yeah. I mean, they won it my freshman year.
Syracuse was the bomb that year.
They were. And Indiana was not expected to be as good as they were.
Keith Smart, though, for sure. Steve Alford, senior year.
Dean Garrett.
That was a great team. That was unexpected.
Yeah.
Just like when I was a freshman, when Isaiah Thomas was there, 81 was unexpected. So, no, it's been generations for the basketball program. Football was never even a thought. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is just so unbelievable. And now I'm hearing, like, hey, the Raiders should call Signetti and, tell them they're going to draft Mendoza and we'll bring the whole team over to Las Vegas. Stay away from my guy.
Were you a fan? Last one here on the college vibe. Then we'll probably take an early pause and go nonstop by NFL with the Packers and Bears in the next segment. Were you a fan? Were you a fan when Jordan Howard was toting the rock, or Antoine Randall was returning kicks and or throwing passes, or when Dan Feeney was a two-time All-America blocking for Tevin Coleman?
Hey, I was a fan my freshman year when Lee Corso was the head coach.
Oh, wow. Lee Corso used to be a head coach?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's right.
Yeah, he was at Florida State, then he was at Indiana.
Yeah, but see, nobody knew that because he always wore those weird things on his head on the side. The mascot head on the side.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that during games.
Nobody knew who he was.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
Okay, so best of luck to your squad, all right?
Thank you.
Are the Green Bay Packers going to win Saturday night against the Chicago Bears? We will hit that around the corner with the Sultan of Smog, longtime dear friend of 9 to noon or 10 to 1 just for fun, DA and Scooby. We're going to get into the NFL playoffs, maybe a little Wolves, but we're going to do that with David Sinykin at TC Head Cheese via X when we return. Alrighty.
The Head Cheese.
Your football team is going to win Saturday night, isn't it? And by the way, this game opened to pick 'em. For those who care, it's Green Bay 1.5. Green Bay favored by 1.5 with a couple of days to crush up until that Saturday night game.
7 seeds favored over a 2 seed on the road, you say?
Right. 1.5 minus 1.5.
Yeah, no, I know. I do feel good about the Pack's chances. Third meeting in 35 days between these two teams. Mm-hmm. Green Bay has yet to trail for 1 second of action against the Bears in 2 games this season.
Help me with that, please, because I put a lot of time in anticipation of this. I put a fair amount of time into the most recent game.
Yeah.
Bale, so the one at Lambeau, like, what was it like? Were there major injuries? Like, what was that game like?
No, I don't think there weren't major injuries. It was that was the game where Caleb down the stretch had a chance to win it, 4th and 1 from the 5, and Keyshawn Nixon picked it off in the end zone. Green Bay's defense just kind of let off the gas a little bit late. Caleb, look, he's good in the fourth quarter. He makes plays.
Yeah.
And they came back from a substantial deficit, made it close. Green Bay was really strong in the first half. Bears crept and got close at the end.
And you had Micah that game.
No. Wait.
Yeah, you had Micah that game.
Did we? Was Micah the next week against Denver?
It's in that border battle we just had, the Barron Sorrell game. Barron
he's
Sorrell,
nice.
He's not bad.
Yeah, he's nice.
Never heard of
Texas Longhorn.
Holy cow!
Micah was the next week after that first matchup.
Okay,
yeah, but there were the 2 games since Micah went on IR.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like 450 yards a game given up. You got the Derrick Henry thing. I mean, there were so many awful numbers from just like a 2-game patch, it's only 2 games, and you're going to get your quarterback back for this. But the Micah thing, the lack of Parsons effect, it's legit. Nothing you can do about it, so you got to play with what's in front of you.
Yeah, but the game at Soldier Field, Green Bay held Chicago to 9 points at the 2-minute warning.
That's the key.
And that's without Micah. I mean, they held them 9 points. The defense was on point in Chicago, and then everything went pear-shaped. That was a game where 3 times inside the 10-yard line, Green Bay scores a total of 6 points. Jacobs fumbles.
Yep.
So, the defense, the only real head-scratcher was that Ravens game, and I don't know what happened in that game. I can make excuses in Denver, excuses in Chicago for the craziness of that game ended, but the lack of any kind of attention to even wanting to be there at Lambeau Field against the Ravens was a real head-scratcher for that defense because the offense was lights out. Malik Willis was lights out, but the defense had no interest in playing for whatever reason. Didn't expect that. from a Jeff Hafley coach defense. Obviously, the following week, now you're not playing anybody. So it's a weird spot to be riding a 4-game losing streak and be favored in a wild card game on the road. I'm sure that has never happened. And they may not close as a favorite, but just it's by and large a pick 'em. And these teams know each other well. Green Bay put 6 players on IR after week 17.
Yep.
And that's one reason they rested virtually everybody. And they lost Bo Melton in the Viking game. He was put on IR this morning.
Yep.
So just a crazy amount. It's very parallel to the Super Bowl champion here, 2010.
Yeah, but let's pump the brakes for a second. The players that went to the IR after Week 17, they weren't the most significant players.
Well, maybe not, but you lose your third and fourth cornerbacks. That's why you have to go find Trevon Diggs because
you weren't already on your third and fourth corners?
I know.
I'm sorry. I got to stop now.
I know it looked
I'm trying to tear somebody else down to feel better about my inadequate self.
I'm not trying to laugh, but I don't think injuries are funny per se. But I mean, with the way you say that, and we lost Bo Melton in the Vikings game.
Almost lost K9 after McCarthy trucked him.
My point being, he was one of like 2 guys that are ever going to get snaps that played in that game. And of course,
you have
he gets
15 guys on IR.
There are 15.
Oh, no doubt about it.
It's unfortunate.
Okay,
Bo Melton.
Well, here's the deal. All right, it's so convoluted and unpredictable in my estimation. The latter stages of the season, and then now heading into the playoffs. I don't even know who I want to pick to go to the Super Bowl, where generally you kind of have a decent little feeling about it.
100% agree. Yep.
Here's how convoluted it is, causing me to become discombobulated. We are Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We are 5 days removed from the final Friday football feast at Buffalo Wild Wings Egan, where I was charged with making a case for a team from the NFC to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I made what I thought was quite the compelling case for the Chicago Bears.
Really?
You find a way to win the game against Green Bay, which is key historically and now. The day after Thanksgiving, anybody who goes to Philadelphia and wins a standalone game at Lincoln Financial, you're on my radar.
Yeah, it gets your attention.
And then you go to play next level Shanny in a game he's really trying hard to win. And you showed me you can score with them. Now, their defense ain't great, but still scoring 35-38, that ain't easy. So, wow, holy cow, I see what you're doing here. Okay, then they played the Lions that I thought he was going to try to put 70 up on Dan Campbell for the 52 week 2. It was a bad take. And this may be a bad take, too. But, so I'm like, I can make a case for the Bears to go to the Super Bowl, and here's why. Well, I'm now all over Green Bay.
I always love that.
But here's why. Because I looked back at the most recent game, and the most recent past performance on the form is what matters most. I had forgotten that was that 10.5-hour buses, planes day, trying to get to New Jersey to play the Giants the next day. So I'm listening to Larrabee on a bus. I'm trying to sneak views off Spearfish Sammy's phone, on a way to a hotel. So I was in and out with it.
Sure.
But now that I've gone deep diving on it a little bit, bro, you're a 98% winner if Jacobs doesn't drop it inside the 5 and if Romeo Doubs acts like he's seen an onside kick before in his life.
And before they kick the field goal to make it a 1-score game in the 2.5 minutes to go, one of our backup defensive linemen gets a face mask call on a sack where they would have been out of field goal range. They wouldn't even have been able to kick a field goal to get within 1 score.
Was it a bad call?
No, it wasn't a bad call. It was a stupid play by a backup defensive lineman. It didn't affect the play whatsoever, but he did it.
Who was it, Brooks?
No, I think it was either Brinson or Colby Wooden, one of those guys.
Warren Brinson, you.
Yeah, it was just, there were 5 of those.
Warren Brinson, Barron Sorrell tandem moving forward. NFC North offenses.
Be careful.
You better be prepared.
Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just a 5 or 6 plays that any one of them don't happen.
I can't say you're a cinch. I got a lot of respect for Ben. I like how they run it with the way they run it. I don't like really either pass rush. I think both teams have to blitz. I think they are more capable of blitzing at home with the crowd on their side and catching somebody off guard with C.J. Gardner-Johnson or something. However, I mean, your squad, it was a flim-flam bad beat to not win that game.
Yeah.
Now, tell me if you think this is a legitimate concern because you know more about it than me when involving this team. If Gary, Cooper, and all those cats don't get to Caleb And even when you get to Caleb, bringing him down is like trying to bring down Big Ben. It's very difficult.
Yep.
All that, none of that is subterfuge or hyperbole. It's very true. Very slippery that way, very sturdy. If they don't get to him, the deep game with Chicago over top on these corners and safeties, I'd be concerned about that. Are you?
As far as the Packers offense against them, are you saying their defense?
Bears offense, Packers defense, not getting to Caleb. Yeah. His deep ball's nice. I think Ben unfurled something with Ja'Day Walker. Got Burden running well now. Odunze is going to be back. DJ's an underneath guy. They use him as running back, but Loveland's getting down the field now. They stroke the post with him. So this deep game the Bears can have, I think is to their advantage.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree. I'll take the Packers' deep game against their secondary ahead of the Bears.
Fair point.
I'll also say,
fair point.
Dude, it's going to be snowy, 25-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Well, that favors a passing game.
Right.
Well, the wind doesn't.
But I don't think it favors a deep passing game necessarily. I don't think Caleb's going to enjoy playing in those conditions. He's a Southern California guy, right? That I just don't know that the Bears are going to be ready for what this game is. And now they don't have they got an offensive line with a lot of playoff experience.
Yeah, that's a great point.
But a lot of players haven't been there.
Just like the way the Packers were ready for the playoff game last year.
I always love that.
A lot of newbies at Lincoln. Yeah.
So, well, we got jobbed on the very first play of the game on the kickoff return where they fumbled it and they didn't call the fumble. And
I know.
It all went downhill from there.
Brandon Bostic, who knew? Are you kidding me? All he's got to do
I'm excited to see what Jordan Love does in this game. I think people are sleeping a bit on Jordan Love in this offense. Jacobs now has gotten healthier with that knee. Christian Watson available
in
a playoff game.
He's become the bomb.
Wasn't last year because he got hurt in Week 18.
His route running is really, I've been told this, his route running is really, really sharp.
He's got it all.
Full speed, top of the route, shoulder shake, got no idea left or right. He's just gotten really good at that.
He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the hands, the route running. He's the full package. He just has to stay healthy, which has been the issue with him. But when he is available, he is a field tilter, and he is the key to this offense. So, yeah, I think Green Bay can score some points. I just think weather is going to be a factor in this game.
Yeah, you're not that Whelan is a major factor here or anything. He's a punter, but punters matter in games like this, man. Lower scoring games, weather conditions. I mean, Whelan with all these touchbacks and everything. Holy cow. I mean, the special teams for the Green Bay Packers, I didn't realize the problems that they had in certain areas until starting to get ready for Border Battle 131. Now, I mean, FISA, Fairness and Special Teams Act, McManus left. He was hurt and he left the season for a while. Then he came back. It's been pretty good since he came back.
Yeah, he's terrible on kickoffs. He doesn't get it.
I know. Why do they use him?
I don't think Whelan can do it. I don't think they have another guy. Whelan led the league in punting, average 51 point something. He's been spectacular. He is Daniel Whelan was the best punter in football this season.
Well, there's nobody is the best punter in football with 8 touchbacks. That's it. That's the
8
end.
Touchbacks.
He had 8 touchbacks this year.
Are you talking about on punts?
On punts.
Well, his net, he was 4th in the league in net.
Yeah, so. He hasn't had a punt blocked in 170, at least in his whole career. So yeah, he gets it off quickly. He's a good directional punter. But when you got eight
pins guys back. We've pinned guys back all season. Daniel Whelan's been one of our best players this year. If he has 8 touchbacks, that surprises me.
He has a metric. Well, it's not a metric, it's a stat, but like nobody ever goes with it. I think inside the 5, punts inside the 10 or inside the 5. Yeah. He might be historically good at that.
Yeah. All I know is there were 3 games this year where Whelan never saw the field because the Packers didn't punt.
And they lost every one.
And they lost all 3.
That's crazy.
So Whelan needs to be out there. They need to punt to have a chance to win the game on
Just
Saturday.
Think about what you just said.
I know.
Okay, now, not the harsh mellow, but just think about the last time you saw K9 Guy and Carrington Valentine in high leverage situations.
Yeah, not good. Well, that's the thing.
Rough.
They benched Valentine in Week 17, and they put in Nate Hobbs. Then he tears his ACL. Then they bring in Kamal Haddon, and he tears his ACL.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't want Valentine out there. He's a good cover. He's a decent cover guy, but he cannot tackle. Mm-hmm. That's why they brought Trevon Diggs over. That's why Bo Melton was playing cornerback, and they're very thin at that position. Nixon has struggled against the Bears this year. He's had some good games. The 2 games against the Bears, he has not been good. He's a key player for Green Bay Saturday night.
Well, you know what's a shame here is, you got Melton down too now. Ooh, But, well, no, I'm being serious.
Oh, okay.
No, Bo Melton's considered one of the better special teams guys in the NFL.
We're getting one back. Nick Neiman, a really good special teams guy.
The linebacker.
All season. He's back Saturday. That's big, too.
But see, LaFleur, it's risky to use K9 on kick returns. Bro, he's unbelievable on kick returns.
Yeah.
Okay, Keyshawn Nixon's one of the best kick returners this side of Cordero Patterson back when he was playing. But you can't use K9 guy on kick returns because if he gets nicked up there,
right.
Well, then you got some depth terrorism.
Right. And the guy they have been using, the rookie receiver, Savion Williams, was one of the 6 guys that matter that tore that. I don't know if he tore his.
No, he mattered.
He's out for the year. He's on IR as well.
No, he mattered.
They don't have return guys. You know, Emmanuel Wilson might be the kickoff returner.
Yeah, he was back there in the Vikings game. Sure. All right. Well, I think you win the game, and so do you. Listen to this.
Can I just say one little pipping for me and Blakemore?
What do you got? You got a tug of war thing in Hudson or something?
No, but because the game is Saturday night, Packer Preview will be the review edition, right? Sunday morning. We're going to talk about the game.
So who needs the podcast?
So we're going to do a Packer Preview podcast on Friday morning.
Oh, so sweet.
It'll be a little preview of the big game Saturday night.
When are you doing
available on the iHeart app.
What time?
It'll be posted by mid-morning on Friday.
Here's the deal. I got a Friday football feast in studio. Paul Charchian is in town. There was a surprise birthday party for me last night. He and Roxy flew in for that. Going to stick around to Friday. So he's going to be in studio for a little bit. Young Alec will be here. So we got a feast here.
Awesome.
Text me, please, if you can remember, or put it on the tweet machine, which I look at more when I'm in the studio than I do outside of the studio. So we can pop it for you, okay?
Appreciate that.
Bears Twitter is bugging Nordo. Now, Nordo's the doom scroller in the Covenant, and we are glad he is because he finds things I miss. Part of it, what's bugging him, is Bears fans allegedly being extremely obnoxious on social media sites. Do you feel the same way that Bears fans are being like they're acting like being good is maybe it's just with the Packers because they've been beaten down for so many years through the Aaron Rodgers years. Or maybe Nordo can speak for himself with the doom scrolling.
He can.
Like, what's getting under the skin of 2 of my dogs with Bears fans?
They're the worst. Bears fans are the absolute worst. I'm a TikTok guy, and my TikTok feed is just overrun by Bears fans right now. And it's so nauseating to listen to these guys. They have no concept of reality, and that's why I don't care if Green Bay wins Saturday night. I want to go to Seattle and beat that team, but just beat Chicago so I don't have to deal with an offseason of Bears fans, beginning with Mr. Lavelle E. Neal III, who's a card-carrying member of obnoxious Bears fans on social media. I can't deal with it. It's
more than social media. He will send Nordo and I a video of him, think Mike Royko, old Chicago columnist.
Right.
You know, that show they had, the sports reporters or whatever.
Everybody had cigars.
Oh, it was the OG show of the, people sitting down talking sports on TV.
Yep. The original.
And he'll be smoking a cigar like the old school columnist from the Chicago Tribune or Sun-Times. And I don't even know what he says to us. I didn't watch the last one. The first one bugged me so much that he'll send us right after a Bears win and like puff and then.
There was Kings of the North. There were vulgarities.
Yeah, it was just obnoxious.
No, it's the thing for me. So as a Vikings fan, I got family who are Pack fans. We joke about you being the salt and the smug, all those things. I want my team to beat the Packers every single time. That is my chief rivalry. But just over the course of time, Packers fans, the ups and downs, the bleep talking, it's all good. There's mostly rational conversation that stems from that rivalry. Whether it's the Kitties fans with the paper bags over their heads for 25 years and now suddenly they're a dynasty.
Oh, did they get allowed last year?
Yeah, and now the Bears fans for the last 4 months, it disgusts me. It is absolutely unacceptable. And so therefore, as crazy as this sounds, your squad shoving it right down their throats on Saturday evening and ending their season, and they can put it all back together again. All respect to Ben Johnson and everybody involved. And Caleb's not as bad as maybe I thought he was going to be after seeing him last year, and we can renew all those talkers at the debate at the State Fair. I want the Bears to lose so badly on Saturday.
But think about what you're saying.
Yes.
I mean, that's like Thanksgiving Day looking at a table deciding between what do I want to eat first, the gross gizzard or the cut up turkey beak?
Well, in this case,
are we the beak?
I'm taking the gizzard. I'm taking the gizzard.
Yeah.
The Bears are the beak, and I want them to be silenced on Saturday night. I can't wait For Jordan, no, I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah.
That's too much. Yeah. Never mind. I hope the Bears lose.
Malik Willis, what got into him this year, and has he become legit a quality quarterback?
100%. He will start. I think he'll start for somebody.
He's going to get like 30 or 40 million or something.
It's funny because I thought before that last game, I thought he would get like a $10 to $12 million deal to compete with somebody. Mm-hmm. But after that game against Baltimore, I do think he has a chance to get Darnold type money. If you're Arizona, Miami.
$100 million deal.
Well, I don't know that he gets that much. Maybe it's 3 years for 80, but I think he's going to get significant money. He's been training under not only Matt LaFleur, but Tom Clement, a great quarterback coach. Sean Mannion is being talked about as a great quarterback coach of the future. He's learned how to play, and
that's right.
Man, every time
Clement
he
came back for Rodgers, right, and stayed.
And he stayed, but he retired after this year. He's done. And Mannion's going to take
this one
over.
Happening now?
Correct. I think
Tom Clement's super well respected.
I don't remember if he's here this year or if he quit after last year. Mannion's in the mix now too.
Sean Mannion?
Yeah.
As a coach?
Yeah, they love him. They think he's got a huge future as a quarterback, offensive coordinator.
Does.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't want to forget this. Somebody told me this a couple of days ago, talking about job openings around the NFL. And I didn't see this one coming. Tell me if you've heard it or read about it.
Yep.
Jeff Hafley.
Yep.
Hafley is considered head coaching material in the NFL. Did you know the defensive coordinator for the Packers?
One of my greatest fears.
He might get a job this year.
I don't want to lose Jeff Hafley. I love Jeff Hafley.
Because there's somebody I know who hopes he does so he can be on the staff.
He was a leading contender with the Giants. Like he was being connected because
that's the team.
He's from New Jersey.
And then Stefanski got
the
fired.
Ownership went to BC, just like where he coached.
There you go.
But now John Harbaugh's name is in the mix. Mike McCarthy is considered a favorite. I want teams to hands off on Jeff Hafley. I want him leading this defense for a while.
How healthy is your O-line and your defense?
I think Zach Tom is back Saturday night. He's our best lineman. That's huge. He's missed the last month or so.
Jenkins dead until next year, right?
Jenkins dead and playing for somebody else next year. He's a free agent. Yeah, he's out.
How dare you talk about Elton Jenkins
I'm just saying, they're not going to re-sign him. Gary's going to be cut. Quay's probably going to be shown the door. There'll be some changes. They got guys to pay.
Damn.
Tucker Kraft's got to get paid. Watson's got to get paid.
All of this because of what you paid the quarterback. So no, it's true. I mean, it's like I have nothing against Jordan Love, and I'm not hitting him with an 08 Aaron Rodgers big box score bit that's going to...
Good. That didn't age well.
No, it didn't. It's a quarter century later. I still hear about it. But it's... That contract means eventually if you try to fortify the village, it ain't going to be easy. So that was like the point I and everybody else made.
You have to draft well, obviously, when you have a $50 million quarterback. But I saved this stat because I knew you were going to go to Love at some point.
Not really.
Well, I just thought you might because everybody does with me. It's like,
I'm not as predictable as you think. That's noon to 3.
That might be true. But if there's a stat for QB EPA per play per quarter. Who are the best quarterbacks quarter by quarter over the whole season?
If anybody's better than Bo Nix in the fourth quarter, I got to hear it.
This is all 4 quarters.
Okay.
Might be Caleb.
Drake May's number 1, 0.31. Jordan Love's number 2, 0.29. Purdy 3, Stafford 4, Josh Allen 5. And Love is the only one who's top 5 in each of the 4 quarters.
That's great.
So there's a lot of slander. I get a lot of slander for Jordan Love.
He needs to win a big game. That's it. Just win a game that's significant.
Right. And this is
like Saturday night.
He's won a playoff game. It's his 3rd year as a starter.
Aaron Jones ran for... Okay.
You're right. He has to win another game. He's thrown 5 picks in 2 playoff losses.
Well, now I'm starting to get frustrated.
Why, though?
Up against the break.
Why are you frustrated?
Well, the cool thing, good times, bad times, is if he doesn't win a game and they lose, you'll get to keep Jeff Hafley as the new head coach of the Green Bay Packers.
That's possible, too.
I wouldn't hate that.
I didn't think about that. Hey, we got to go. God bless you and your family, man.
You too.
Enjoy the reason that they play these games on Saturday night.
Wait.
I'm sure we'll talk next week.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, brother.
See you.
David Sinykin at TC Head Cheese back after. All righty. May God bless you and all your families. Thanks for listening to 9 to Noon. Back with you tomorrow when we rise and shine at 9. And I'm Paul Allen. Here comes Big Daddy Khan to put that wrap on the show.
Time for 2 more.
The game is over.
Good stuff.
It's midweek, season over lamentation. The locker's cleaned out, feels like time for vacation. It's 9 and 8 radio, man. It hurts like a mug, but breaking down the playoffs with the salt and the smug. Of course he feels good about the Bears and all the Pack fans that are shaped like pears. While we're wondering what we have in Ty Felton, he's talking about the loss of who? Bo Melton? And taking talkbacks on the return of chains. Money's easy, no need for Maynard Keynes. But while we kill these segments about the QB, we're watching other teams vying for trophies on TV. Tomorrow it's likely more of the same, and we'll pump it up for the Howl and the Wild game, season-ending presser, and then it's time to kick rocks. Move on to next week's first Fox in the Box.
That's what this team is all about, defense and breaking hard.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.